Howdy-ho, neighbors. I was gonna do the day in the life of a grandpa video, but let me just tell you, as a retired guy, this is a typical day for me, okay? I got up this morning, I got up late, had a cup of coffee. As you get old, you need to have a cup of coffee to function. And I took my coffee. One of my daughters, their dryer was not working. So what I did was I went over to just diagnose it. First of all, the drum wasn't turning. It was just kind of a strange thing. But I took the bolt, ran over there, you know. Nothing different than if I had a big diesel pickup truck, other than it cost me, 10 cents to drive. They live about, both of my daughters live about, I'd say 15, 20 miles from our house, something like that. 12 to 18, I don't know. But anyway, so I went over, diagnosed it. One of the casters, the roller that the drum sits on, 4 rollers and casters, wasn't working. So I called a local Maytag repairman store, the lonely Maytag repairman. Called them. He says, give me the model number, but I'm sure we've got the parts. Okay. So I drive, I don't know, 10 miles over to the Maytag repairman. Looks it up. He says, oh, I don't have that part. What do you mean you don't have it? You said you did. Well, I mean, you brought me the model number, and I thought that would work. Okay. So he says, well, yeah, I just don't have that. And I don't know, on a dryer, now I'm not a repairman. I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm just an old man who works on his kids' stuff. Okay. So they have a round rubber wheel that your dryer drum turns on. There's 4 of them. Basically, the drum sits on that and turns. And when the bearings go out of one of them and they fall apart, which this one did, you replace it, or you replace all of them, or whatever. But it's just the one. The other 3 look tight and good. So he says they come separate. There's a steel shaft in them, and you just needed the rubber piece that fit over it. While I brought everything to show him that one side of that shaft is flat. It's been going bad for quite some time. Let's just say that. I was over the other day and I thought I heard a squeaking noise, and the dryer was running, but it was working. So I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if it's been doing that for 3 months or whatever. Anyway, I got a phone call last night, said it's just the drum's not turning at all. Okay. Anyway, I talked to the guy. He says, well, you can check with another company over in Peoria that's 20 miles away, 25 miles away. It is a big parts company. So anyway, I thought I'd call him before I went and drove around and wasted the rest of my day. So I run over, call them. Sorry, I didn't run over. I called them. Well, they're such a big company that you get a national call center when you call. I tried calling the number, and it rang at the national call center, and I talked to somebody. I gave him the make, the model, everything on it. He pulls it up and he says, oh, okay. Yeah, the roller is, I don't know, $16.95, and the shaft is such and such. He says, well, what state and city are you in? Peoria, Illinois. Okay. After a short hesitation, he says, yeah, they don't have those parts in stock. Now, I just want to tell you from experience, I've used Marcone for 25 years. If I had a part that went out and it was the goofiest part in the world, I took it over there and they're like, yep, we got one. And they had it. They are a phenomenal. phenomenal place. My brother taught me about it. My oldest brother taught me all about it. If you need a part for any kind of an appliance, they have it. Okay, well, now they don't have it in stock. But he said I could ship it. We could get it all shipped out there. I don't have time for that. I need to get this thing fixed. So, what I'm not a big fan of, I went to the big Amazon and had to go in there, find the parts, sort them out. Something I didn't know, those shafts have a left-hand turn and a right-hand turn threads. Anyway, I had to get the proper right-hand threads because maybe the ones in the back need left-hand turn, possibly so when the drum is turning it doesn't unscrew the bolt. I don't know. Anyway, I got the right-hand thread. I got the one that matched. I ordered them. Fortunately, today's Thursday. They won't be in until Friday. So, not a lot more I can do. I mean, it is what it is. It's already, I was over there this morning about 9. By the time I got it torn apart and I got it diagnosed, and then I went and ran and got the parts, thought I was going to get the parts, and then I ended up getting back and had to reorder the parts. It's now 12:30 in the afternoon. Parts are on order. They'll be here tomorrow. And I'm hoping it's early afternoon tomorrow. We've got a lot of things planned tomorrow. So if I can get those delivered, I can possibly get that dryer back together and have it running. So in the meantime, I gotta get some lunch. So it's just one of those things that it's only a half day. What I was planning on doing was going to do some driving for Uber this morning, but that's the flexibility of being retired and having a job that I can start and stop when I want. So I'm going to go home, have some lunch. I probably drove today, 65 miles today. But like driving over, diagnosing it, doing the job, trying to get the job done. Then going to a place which I'd already called them, and he said, oh yeah, we've got parts for, Whirlpool, Maytag, we've got all the parts. You didn't. So, unfortunately, can't get it fixed today. I do prefer to use OEM parts, and I don't mind paying a little bit more because sometimes on Amazon you get a part and it don't work. It comes from, hard telling where. But obviously, since this is going to be delivered tomorrow, it's obviously in an Amazon factory here somewhere. It's sitting, the two parts, the shaft and the wheel, the roller. They are obviously somewhere where they'll be out for delivery tomorrow. And we'll get them delivered. And then hopefully I can get them installed tomorrow. We have dinner plans tomorrow night. I have plans tomorrow morning. I have a retiree's breakfast, The food, have you noticed that? So, what my plan was to do the day in the life, I just decided it's not really. How about the half day in the life of a grandpa? So my kids are very appreciative. I was working on my other daughters the other day. They needed a new light fixture. They wanted one taken down. A new light fixture put up in the kids' bathroom. Got the light fixture up. Finally got it all put together, and I thought the same thing. This is an electric car channel, but I just wondered if I could do and I was going to do it then, and I thought, you guys don't want to see anything about what it's like. I do what every grandpa that's out there. Fix this, fix that, work on this. I know my limitations, and had this been on this dryer, it was a front roller. After I got the front panel off and a couple of panels, I could get to it. Had it been one of the back rollers in the back, I would have had to get the gas unhooked, then it's in a utility room, a small washer dryer utility room. I would have had to then drag it out into a hallway, then take 48 screws out of the back of the dryer, get the back of the dryer all taken apart, and get to the left-handed backside. But I didn't have to. So it was a front, it was a roller, I left it in its place. I'm on there. Easy there, buddy. Got an F-150 driver that wants to take his lane out of the middle over here. So, let me show you. Once I was up next to him there, he kind of moved over like, oh, there's another car over there. It's like, yeah, there's another car on the road. So I backed off after that just to remind him that, hey, there's 2 lanes here, not one, Grandpa. So, anywho, so that's where we're at. The half day in the life. How about that? The half day in the life. Because this afternoon, I don't have plans. I might have to end up taking a grandson to his fishing, IHSA fishing class, which is kind of cool. Again, we'll just be running around on the boat. At the end of the day, I might have, if I have to run over there, pick him up, take him to a lake where they go fishing, then I go back, then 2 hours later, go back, pick him up, take him home, come home. At that point in time, I should have reset everything this morning to 0 and then see if I drove 100 miles today, if I drove 130 miles today, 120, That's the kind of thing that just having the availability and able to do that, I was able to pick up the kids from school yesterday. And again, I'm not doing anything that you can't do in an internal combustion engine car. We're just doing it at a fraction of the cost. And it's mainly the fuel costs. Okay, you guys know or should know, I pay 2 cents a kilowatt overnight, and it's hammering every hour of every day. My price is different. During the evening tonight, I think it's going to be 4 and 5 cents a kilowatt during dinner time. I used to have a fixed rate of 12 cents a kilowatt, but by doing this, if I move my energy away from the rush, the dinner times, or early morning, if you got furnaces running and you get, say 6 a.m., it jumps to like 3 or 4 cents a kilowatt from 6 to 8 a.m. when people are getting ready to go to work and showering, shaving, running equipment. Well, I have my cars set on a timer to be ready to go by 6 a.m. So they're done charging. So at 5 a.m., when it's still 2 cents a kilowatt, 2.5 cents, whatever, I am charging, but it's fully charged. Boom, done by 6 a.m. So it's not charging at 6 a.m. when the rates go up to 3.5, 4 cents a kilowatt. Anyway, so I'll leave it at that. This is the half day. If for some reason I get to go and do pick up the grandson and take him to fishing and back, we'll make it a full day in the life of a grandpa. But right now it's just a half day. I'm going to go home, have some lunch, and relax for a little bit until I find out if he has fishing tonight. All right? So this could be, I'll see you in a minute, or it could be like, subscribe, comment below. It's the end of the video. We'll see. Stand by or stay safe. Well, welcome back, viewers. As if you thought the day in the life of a grandpa was over. Now that's hilarious. Oh, so the second half begins. My grandson needs me. I got to go home and have lunch, but he needs me to take him for fishing, which I am more than glad to do to help out. So everything's great. I'm going to pick him up, take him. I'll probably have some cuts in here. I'm not going to show you everything, but we thought we'd drive a couple minutes, and then once I get him dropped off, maybe at the lake, I'll videotape a little bit. I got to go back and pick him up in a couple hours after they get off the lake, and then I'll head home. But looks like, I was in the guessing, I think we're going to have about 125, 135 miles driven today. I did not have my odometer trip meter reset to 0 when the day started, but I wish I'd have done that now, so we get an idea. So there's some construction. You know how I love constructions and cones. So the average price of gas, I don't know if you saw it back there, I think it's $3.29.9. I've seen that at 2 different gas stations today. I'll see if this next gas station, there's a Circle K coming up here. And I missed the mobile gas station back there, but the first gas station I saw was a Thornton's. It was $3.29.9. That's what it was this morning. So I'll get this, see if we can find the Circle K. I don't have a Circle K card to get a discount. So I think you got to pay the full price, whatever they got it set at. It's coming up here on the left after Hardee's and down a couple blocks. So yeah, it appears to be $8.88 and 8. Oh, good Lord. What's the deal? Look at that. 8. I got a feeling they got a situation there. Now that's hilarious. Did you see that guy run a red light in front of me? I had a green light. They're running the red light. The guy behind me did the same thing. I don't understand. That's the typical drivers today. I had a perfectly green light and they ran it. A red light, man. Okay, so I will double check later tonight. There's several other gas stations out here, but the average price today has been $3.29.9. Again, I think we're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 125, 130 miles driven for the day once I get all done. But anyway, that's enough for now. After I drop my grandson off, I'll get back with you. We'll do a little chit-chatting. Stand by. Okay, I'm back, guys. So it's about 6:45 p.m. I'm headed to pick up my grandson from fishing. I tried to make a video earlier after I dropped him off. I was driving down the gravel road from the lake, and it didn't take. I had some issues with it. I don't know. So anyway, not sure where I dropped off last then, but I picked him up, dropped him off to go fishing, and now I'll go pick him up, take him home. This is fun. It's not work. It's just a typical day. I help out wherever I can. My daughter and son-in-law need a little help this week, extra. So Peggy and I are just kind of helping them out with different stuff. So I wanted to make it just basically what any grandpa does. This is what we do. You know, the kids need something, you help out. Grandkids need something, you help out. You got to fix something at your house, you help out. That's just how it happens. So I'll bust out of here, and once I get him picked up at the lake and I get him dropped off at their house, I'll start on my heading home. I'll give you a timeline when I get back, where we're at. So just hang on. All right, don't know if you can see that. The old 329. The old 329. That's what the average gas price is today. That might have cost me a little bit to be driving 100 and I don't know what I drove today. 125, 135 miles. Maybe more. All right, it's 8:20 in the PM, and my grandson was on the lake a little bit late. Sunset was 7:26, They fished until about 7:45 before he got off the boat. So I'm glad he had fun. He said he caught himself a big fish. So all's good. So looks like I've got about, I'm gonna say about a 15-minute trip home. 15, 18 minutes maybe, something like that. So it'll be a good day. I'll be home by 8:40 p.m. So hopefully the parts come in for my daughter's dryer tomorrow and get them installed. So like I said, day in the life of a grandpa. This is what we do, how we roll. All right, I'm gonna try to wrap this up because really you can't see anything. Not a good picture of the road. Nothing too fancy going on. So, all right, everybody, take care, and I will talk to you later.